Hey, my name is Garrett and welcome to episode 25 of Attila's Trek, my weekly devlog series. I am a hobbyist game developer on a journey to become a full-time indie game developer. I do tricks, sing, and more along the way because I want to encourage others to find fun in their lives. Now, let's have tons of fun. On Monday, I worked on the system for detecting the multiple variables in the VIDE dialog asset. I did it better by using dictionaries rather than just looking for a straight string. So now I can keep track of all the variables if later I wanted to add an extra variable, I don't know what I'd add, but it leaves me the freedom to use more than just one extra variable. On Tuesday, I again revisited the interaction with the button between the different dialogue systems. I was still having trouble with it and I got it working better, but it's still a bit buggy. Sometimes the typewriter wouldn't go and sometimes it would kind of repeat itself. But I think I'm on the right track for getting that system working. It's just weird kind of handling the different interactions between each of the components of the dialogue system. On Wednesday, I worked more on the dictionary system so I could add extra variables. I also got evidence to display dialogue, so it was like an NPC itself, but it was still just like a piece of evidence. I could change that. I also got it so whenever you interacted with an NPC, if you left and came back, it would restart the dialogue. Later on in the week, actually, I kind of changed this, but at least leaves me the freedom to reset these options to kind of help with the story and the progression. On Thursday, I changed some of the collisions with the walls. There's actually this really cool editor in the sprite editor that allows me to change where the collider is on the tile map. I also made it so in order to interact with evidence on the floor, you have to press E, just so it's like an NPC. I kind of did this so you don't just randomly walk over stuff and just stuff appears. You kind of have to be more, I guess, more explicit about it. There's an option to not do that. It can just be a trigger, but I think it's going to work a lot better if I have the player actually interact with it rather than just happen. On Friday, I combined the NPC script and the evidence script. They essentially have the same functionality, so I think it's a lot better just to combine them and just make things a little less complicated. I also restricted, or at least left the option to restrict the player movement when they're talking to an NPC. Before, like I said, you could leave mid-conversation, and although I could reset it, I feel like just tracking the progress of the story, having people leave and just come back, I think it would mess things up and complicate things a lot more. Thank you for the comments on last week's episode from Pigster, Light Studio, Zero Tris, Indie Progress, Bears Can Code, Hadcon Dev, Leet Game, The Burman 90 Island Games, Sam Hogan, Tanton, Coding Mojo, Michael K. Taylor, Welton King, Kushal, Stefos Channel, Anders Lundbjörk, and Benjamin Boswell. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave me a comment down below and also subscribe if you haven't. I post devlogs every Sunday. Thank you again. I love you all, and I will see you in the next episode.